Our Proud to Serve award shines a spotlight tonight on a St. Louis County police officer who works overnight shifts with a wife and 3 young kiddos at home. Officer Ramon Santana is one of 6 immigrant siblings whose mother was deported back in Mexico when he was just 13 years old. And his adopted parents, who are here today, helped establish positive choices for him. An amazing story. Joining us tonight is Officer Santana, also Ed Brown from Brown & Brown Law Firm. Welcome to both of you. It's so great to have you here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What an amazing story. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about your experience growing up. Your mom got sent back to Mexico. You got adopted, and it just changed everything for you. And they were such a great influence. Kind of tell us about that experience, if you will.
So I was a teenager. I was 14, 15 when the adoption process started. All of this was traumatic, of course. I mean, getting deported out of nowhere. And I was going through a lot of hardships, but my amazing parents, kind of rescued me, gave me that second chance. And I think that's where my need to serve kind of stems from. It's just, I was given such an amazing opportunity in this country.
Yeah, and we also talked about great choices, and they supported you with some really good choices. You kind of followed in your older brother's footsteps. Tell us what you did. You joined the Army.
Yes, so when I was 17, straight out of high school, I enlisted in the Army. I chose the position that I think I would serve my country the most, and that was in the infantry. Like my brother, because he was already overseas in Iraq, and he was put in to become a sniper, and then when he got back, he eventually got into that unit. And then so that was inspiring for me. He was kind of my mentor growing up.
And you also became a sniper.
Yes.
And it's like 1% that actually get that role, right? I mean, that's a tough one.
Yes.
Right? The training.
Of the Army's infantry, yes.
Yeah.
Less than 1%.
All right, so I also want to talk about the nomination. Your wife nominated you, so she's obviously very, very proud of you. You work overnights. Talk about how that, I mean, because you're giving up a lot, being away from the kiddos and the wife at home, but you also work all night, go home and help take care of the family. Talk about that experience.
So she's been with me. We're getting ready to have our 8-year anniversary this December.
Congratulations.
She's been so amazing throughout my entire career, military and law enforcement career. It's amazing that I get a chance to go home, and give her a hug and a kiss.
That's awesome. One of the things too that I wanted to ask you about is, I feel like that your upbringing and your experiences has helped you, because I know in the role of a police officer, you run into a lot of kids who may be those teenagers that are running into the same sort of challenges, situations, maybe not making the right choices that you were faced with at that age. Has your experience helped you communicate with them?
Yeah, absolutely. So I try to relate to everyone, especially teenagers going through a lot, because that was my thing that I kind of took from it, and I try to tell my story every single day, and I try to help out as much as I can.
Right. And serving our country, one more, you served, you had 2 tours of duty, right?
So the first one was in Kuwait. That's when I deployed as a sniper, and then the second one, the National Guard, when I was serving with the National Guard, they called me to go to Qatar overseas.
Wow, an amazing story. Ed, I mean, obviously a terrific choice for our Proud to Serve recipient. Why do you think that he is such a great choice?
Well, it's a wonderful all-American story.
Right?
Worked hard and just made the best of every opportunity he had. And, and he's serving us now as a police officer in the county. And he told me about some of his experiences with that, and that's as scary as anything you'd encounter in warfare. But yeah, he's quite a guy.
So before before we present you with the checks today, just a message, because your family's here. We're so glad to have them in the studio with us. A message for your wife, your kids, your parents, your family.
I would like to thank them so much. I mean, I couldn't have done what I did if it wasn't for them. So they were always there. I mean, I could always call them, like, hey, this is what I'm going through, and they tell me, you're going to be fine.
Well, we thank you. You're doing an amazing job for our community, for our country. Thank you so much for your service. I have a $500 check for Ramon Santana right here from the Art Van Furniture Store. The real one comes a little later. This is for TV. And then Ed has one there for you as well.
Yeah, don't try to cash this.
Right.
I won't.
Very good. Again, thank you both for being here. And again, congratulations. And thank you so much for your service. We appreciate it. Well, if you would like to nominate a deserving first responder, military member, or veteran for our Proud to Serve award, just go to the Proud to Serve feature on our Quick Links tab. It's right there on our fox2now.com website. Mike?
Thank you very much, Sandy, and another thanks to Officer Santana as well as Ed Brown for joining us tonight.